In this video, we'll be looking at this Recollect AI voice recorder. This is exactly what it sounds like. It is a voice recorder that filters out noise and such using AI, as well as provides transcriptions and summaries and all that. So a lot of features built into this one device. They did send this sample for review, but as always, it does not affect our opinion in any way. So this is just the box it comes in. We have some very minimalist packaging here with the logo on the front and a picture of the device, but we'll go ahead and just take the lid off here. Inside we have the user manual. There is the recorder itself. This is very, very thin and lightweight. Nice kind of metal design here with a button and the charging port, but we'll look more at that later. Then underneath here, it looks like we have a sort of case for it. This is compatible with MagSafe, and if you don't have MagSafe, then it has this little adhesive ring that you can put on the back of your phone, which allows you essentially to put this recorder inside the case here, and it will snap onto the back of a MagSafe compatible phone, or you can use this ring if your phone is not MagSafe compatible. So that's essentially for recording phone calls and similar things. It's also just a great way to store the recorder, so super nice to have that included. Then we also have a felt carrying case, which should fit kind of all your accessories as well as the charger. And then we have the charger itself, should be. So here's the actual charger, nice braided cable here. It is USB-A, and this magnetic end sort of latches onto the device like this. So kind of a unique way of charging it. And it looks like we have a USB-A to USB-C adapter in here as well. So nice that you're able to use both of those. I think it would be cool if it was just direct to USB-C, but if you are using it with USB-A, cool to have that option, or you can just go ahead and plug in this adapter. And then you'll be ready to use it with a USB-C device as well. So it's pretty cool. Definitely a very unique way to charge the recorder. Alright, so taking a closer look at the device itself here, we'll go ahead and start a recording just to show you some of the functionality. To do that, you just hold down this button here. Takes half a second basically of holding it down, and then it will have that kind of red light that appears here. It does vibrate as well to let you know that it started recording. So nice haptic feedback for that, but we're just going to leave this recording to show you the audio quality later, as well as some of the app features. But regarding the device itself, as I said, it's very, very thin and lightweight. So I'll kind of show you in comparison to an iPhone here, just how thin that is. Really, really thin. It's like a little bit more than a credit card, so very thin and lightweight, which is awesome. Makes it very easy to put in your pocket, could potentially even fit in a wallet depending on the wallet. But it's very portable, which makes it very easy to bring it with you. Despite the small size, it still has 64 gigabytes of storage and a 30-hour battery life. So those are some pretty solid specs, especially for a device this small. But yeah, the main way of using this is with the mobile app. So you will install this Recollect mobile app. It makes you make an account, and then you can go ahead and do the transcription, see all the recordings, play them back and all that. So a lot of different functionality in the mobile app. It's very easy to connect the device, which is really cool. As you can see here, we have it connected at the top here. It says the battery life. You are able to use this in a kind of standalone mode as well if you want to. You just push this button to start recording wherever you are, and as soon as you open the app, it will sync automatically, then update with all the different recordings. We'll go ahead and stop this recording now just to show you what it looks like on the mobile app. So again, it does give you a very nice vibration as well as the LED whenever it's done. So you can see it says recording syncing on there now. Takes a few seconds, but it's definitely not bad at all, and I think it's especially cool that you don't need to actually have the mobile app on all the time. You just kind of record to this device on its own, and then as soon as you want to, you can sync everything onto the app, and it does that all automatically, assuming the device is connected, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, we have our initial recording here. It says the time it was recorded. It's 3 minutes long. We can go ahead and play that back if we want to. You can do a transcription, summary, mind map, and all of that as well. It does have to be in order, so you can't just like take a summary, for example. You need to first do a transcription, but we'll push this button here. And it chooses the language. There's a bunch of different languages that it supports, which is cool as well. Alright, so that took about 30 seconds, which was not too bad, and you can see the transcription of it, and we can go ahead and play back the actual recording if we want to, but you can see it gives you a title. It's a review of a thin and lightweight portable recording device, which is exactly what this is. So that was all of what we were saying here, but we can go ahead and go to the summarize as well. Again, do that. So you can see the title, the introduction, some quotes, chapters, all that. So all that information very quickly given to you based on what the recording was. And if we want to go even further, you can take the mind map as well. This is based on the summary. And if you go ahead and zoom in, you can see there's like the recording functionality, all the key points, the date, the device design. Again, everything I was saying is kind of mapped out to these key points with explanations, notes, and all that, and this is all done automatically by the AI. I got all this just from my 3 minutes about talking about the device, so you can imagine how it would be in an actual conference or a normal meeting setting. So the combination of the recorder and the app is very powerful, and the AI does a really good job of breaking down recordings into kind of usable pieces. And inside the app here, we also have a few different settings, which I'll show you. The primary ones here are the different settings for recording. So we have a short distance mode, a telephone mode, a long distance mode, and then an outdoor mode. mode. The outdoor mode will kind of understand that it's going to be a bit noisier, and the AI will help filter out wind and other kind of noises. Long distance will just kind of give it a better idea of what it's listening for. The short distance will be kind of if you have a bunch of people around a meeting or something like that. And then this telephone mode, which is pretty interesting, is suitable for recording audio coming out of an electronic product, for a phone, for example. That's where this specific case comes in. So we can go ahead and put this on to show you what it's like. And it snaps on like that. So not only does this protect it, which I think is pretty cool to have it on all the time, but it does have built-in MagSafe, so you can snap it on like that. And just like that, it's perfect for recording a phone call if you want to. It's directly connected to the phone, so it'll do a really good job of kind of picking up on the vibration and the audio coming out of the phone. And of course, your voice is right here as well. So it'll pick up both sides of the conversation, and because it's so thin and lightweight, it's almost like you don't even have anything on your phone. So it's definitely very convenient. You can still kind of hold your phone like normal, and you will be recording the conversation. And then once you're done with the conversation, it will of course use the AI to provide a transcript, summary, and all of that. So definitely a very cool feature to have. And I think it's kind of cool to leave this case on anyway, just because it helps protect the recorder a little bit. All right, so this is just to show you the audio quality. I'm holding it in my hand right now, maybe a foot from my mouth, and talking kind of directly into it. So you can hear that it's pretty decent. It's not the best quality ever, but given the size of the microphone and all that, it's definitely pretty impressive. I think you can make out what I'm saying and all that without any issues at all. So yeah, I think that covers most of the features of this Recollect AI voice recorder. It's definitely a very thin, sleek, lightweight little package that does a pretty good job of recording audio, while the mobile app does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of transcription and summary and all that. The only kind of negative thing I could think about is that you are limited on the transcription amounts on the mobile app. You do have to make an account, and that will be kind of tied to your account. So if you want to pay monthly, you're able to have a higher limit. It's at 1,500 minutes, I believe, for the paid plan, or 300 minutes per month on the free plan. That is just for the transcription. You're able to use this as a recorder all the time. It's not really any issues with that. It's not limiting the actual hardware and the actual recording, but if you want to do transcriptions and summaries and all that, then that will be limited unless you want to pay more for it. So that part's a little bit unfortunate, but I think it's still pretty solid as a standalone recorder. And even having the included 5 hours per month of transcription and all that is a pretty nice feature to have. So I'm pretty happy with it overall. I think it's a great tool, even if you're using it just for making shopping lists or reminders, things like that. It can definitely do a lot in this tiny little package.